Good evening and welcome to Here's the Life with Zimra and Ed right here at IntellectualRadio.com. We hope you have gathered up your friends and family for, like I promised last week, for our wonderful, phenomenal Dr. Stephanie Coleman joining us this evening that always brings great information for you to be able to share and to be able to treasure. We want you to call in at 708-223-8953 if you have any questions to ask her. And like I always say, go to imzimra.com if you have any comments to make and to share. You can go to zimra1 at yahoo.com if you have any questions as well. So, Dr. Coleman, as always, we are so happy to have you join us because we know that it's going to always be some great information that will carry us the rest of the week and going forward. Looking forward to some of the information that we can carry into 2026. So, how have you been doing? And then share with us all the good stuff you've been doing since you were here before. I mean, we've seen you since then because her and her husband joined us for Ed's 80th birthday celebration. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
8-0. So
Yeah.
congratulations. That
Yes.
is a big ordeal. I tell you, it was a great party too. So for a great person.
Thank you,
Yes.
Doctor.
Yeah. So, what do you have? What's been going on?
So just regular things have been going on. So I decided that I needed to get fit physically.
Now, that's
So
what I want
yeah.
us to talk about
Yeah.
too. If that's going,
So
yes.
so I got really serious about my hiking this year. So I'm up to 7 miles a week now. Rain, sleet, snow, cold, hot,
What?
whatever. I have learned that when you are committed to something, you will find a way to get it done.
And that's really the truth
That's
on
the
that.
truth,
That
right?
just makes
Right.
sense too.
And when I decided I was going to do that, and so I took off all the weight that I needed to take
You look
off
so
doing that
good.
walking and eating right, and I'm excited about it.
You
So
should because you look wonderful. You
thank you.
really, really do.
I feel so bad
I don't feel bad.
because
And the thing that I did that
I
I
need to
know
work out too, but I don't.
the thing I learned is something that we've been taught all our life, and that is to start small. Okay. And I think we don't understand just what that means and how valuable that is. So, right now, today, I do 7, 8 miles a day. Okay. But I didn't start off doing 7, 8 miles a day.
Okay.
What I started off doing was literally walking around the block in the neighborhood, not at a fast pace, just walking the block in the neighborhood. I'd go down to the end of the corner, I'd make a turn, go to that end, come up the other side, and then come back on that block, and then just called it success, and then did whatever else I wanted to do. And what I discovered is once you finally start to do that, your body will tell you when you need to do more.
Oh,
So you don't have to push yourself. Just start, and then you'll find yourself saying, "Oh yeah, this time I want to go way down that way," and then you'll go down that way, and just go down that way, right? Just let
Yeah.
your body tell you, and before you know it, I'm telling you, you will be looking for ice cleats for your boots, hand warmers for your hand when it's 15 below zero, and you will be looking for a path because you can't let it go. You can't miss it anymore. So sometimes when we start things and exercises, we just need to allow the process
To take
to
place.
take place.
Mhm.
Just like when you eat, if you're eating right, so like we say, oh, I'm going to eat right. Well, don't eliminate every food that you like to eat. Just pick one. Okay.
Okay.
And then what'll happen then is your body will let you know exactly what it needs next, and you just obey your body.
so you're saying start small.
Start small. Start
Mhm.
small. We underestimate that 1% of action that will get us to our goal. We think that we have to do 100%. just 1%. And so it happens in your physical life, it happens in in your environment, and it happens even in your profession, whatever it is.
Hmm.
It's like if you're trying to do something and you have a project, don't do 100%. Always start doing 1% and ask yourself, what 1% can I do to move toward my goal? And you will be surprised how it will answer. And you will be surprised how soon you get to the end of your goal because you're not trying to cram it all in today.
Hmm. That makes a lot of
Mhm.
sense. So you're saying that even when, um, so when it's been really freezing cold, you still was
Oh
out
yeah.
there?
Oh yeah. They make clothes for that. I noticed. So I learned about ice cleats. I learned about hand warmers, foot warmers. I learned about everything. You, can, I can go out in any weather and be safe
Wow.
because the material is there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
So
all about a mindset.
a
Like we
mindset,
always say, a
right?
mindset.
And when you start looking forward and you want to do that, you'll be surprised how the universe will lead you on the way to that. And then you'll discover hand warmers that you didn't even know that the people had, that you just plug up and then you put them inside your gloves and you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
so,
familiar with
so,
those.
so,
Mhm.
Dr. Coleman, you're saying start small, start first, start small,
Mhm.
and be consistent,
Right.
and it will kind of grow on its own.
And it will grow, not kind of grow, it will grow.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
was a good way to put it too. That consistency.
Right.
Right.
We know that consistency is important with
So if
all
you,
Right.
so if
things.
you constantly go out the door, whether you go anywhere or not, just go out the door.
Just go out the door.
Now, for women with knee problems, tell me about that. That's something
Okay, so
important.
I I guess I had the pleasure of being of hiking in Washington D.C. and decided that I was going to go in a neighborhood I didn't know nothing about and fell and hurt both knees
Both of you.
on the concrete, both knees. Okay, both knees. Right.
Now, how long ago was that?
That was 2 years. That was last year. So then I I says, okay, so I got to get up from here. I managed to get up from there, got to the hotel, and then I started researching things that I could do for the knees. So I bought, and there's a bunch of stuff on the market for people who walk or hike for knees.
Okay.
So I have these compression things that I still wear today. I don't need them, but I still wear just in case, because in some of the terrain you don't know when you're going to trip and fall. So I
Mhm.
try to be prepared for tripping and falling now. So you buy those, you put those on, you just keep doing, you keep
And
doing
that's
it.
when you're hiking.
And that's when I'm hiking, right?
Okay.
Hmm.
Wow.
They say-
They have,
Because
you
they
start to
say,
get tired. You're thinking about
because I
it.
thought that, no, I think this is awesome. Um, because I thought when you, the way they say that when you do too much walking, that the concrete wears on your knees. So, as far as shoes, proper shoes, and all, what do you suggest for that?
so you have to have proper shoes. Okay.
That's key.
That's key. So, and you change your shoes often too,
Okay, there it
because, and there's
is.
another one, because
Okay.
they wear down. So I have several pairs of boots that I like for winter. Okay.
Hmm.
Some of them are for snow and ice. So they're built a little differently. And then some of them are just for spring. So then they're built a little differently also.
Okay.
So you have to start investing in that. Now, a lot of times people aren't successful because it is quite an investment. But you do have to invest in it.
But
So,
that's investing into your
into
own
own
health
health, right,
too.
right. So I needed to lose a lot of weight. I lost all of the weight. Okay.
Hmm.
So I have great vitals and everything, and I can literally eat anything I want to eat because I'm
You steadily
I'm steadily
moving.
moving.
That
Hmm.
is wonderful.
And so that, but looking at what it is you want to do, start small. Okay. It's important that you start at that little 1% thing. Don't try to do 10 miles. If you've never walked 10 miles, don't do 10 miles today.
That's
Okay.
right.
Don't even do 1 mile. Let's just get around the block.
Like you said,
Like I said,
right.
just get around the block. And what'll happen is you'll go around that block, and then eventually your mind will say, well, let's see what's down there. And then you'll go down there. Okay. And then
Mhm.
it'll say, let's see what's over there. And then you'll
No,
go over
that-
there.
yeah.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
body will move you when it's time. It knows when it's time. It's just like it knows when you eat too much. Okay.
That's
It
right.
knows when you need to
Mhm.
sleep. So it knows when it's time. And then you'll get in a position, as both of us were talking about before we started, is that all of a sudden you crave the outdoors and you crave the the sun, the wind, the snow, whatever it brings you. You crave getting out there in that nature. And what I have found as being in nature, it clears my head for things. It helps me work out problems. Or at least I know that they're not problems. I just thought they were. Okay. So they weren't problems.
Yeah.
And then there is this symphony that I find along with my movement and the universal presence of God. So I do a lot of talking to God. I
Mm.
listen to things better because there's no one around me hardly. And then that way I get the greatest ideas when I do that. So you have to find some place to to be alone to where you can listen to that inner voice inside of you. And a lot of people say, oh, let's stay in prayer, but that doesn't work for everybody. Okay.
Mhm.
But when I'm out looking at all of the nature, looking at the sun, looking at the rain, looking at the snow, because I'm out no matter what. Okay. Looking at the animals, looking at how nature
How
works and
beautiful.
moves. It is absolutely beautiful, like you said. It is. So you begin to realize that the life that you are living is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, it's
It's
complete.
complete.
Because I usually like to look at all the diversity
Yes.
and the beauty in the diversity.
Right. Especially in the trees that we don't pay
That's,
attention to, or in the bushes we don't pay attention to. And even grass is different. So, and then and you literally then become really grateful, really
That's what I
calm.
was feeling. With
Yeah.
just with the way, just with
Yeah.
the excitement and the expression
Right.
that you have, you can tell that it is just it brings you brings
It
you
just,
joy.
it does. It brings you joy. And then the other side to that, as we were talking earlier, is you meet everybody in the neighborhood. You know what everybody's doing in the neighborhood. You know all the dogs, all the cats, every one of them. Okay. So you're the safest being in the world.
Right.
Okay. Because everybody knows you, everybody and everything. Okay.
Yes.
Knows you. Yeah.
Because they know when they,
they,
there she
they see
go.
you
There
right
go
up there.
Dr. Coleman.
And the dogs will bark when they come, and a lot of them now will jump the fence and come over, and we'll talk, and then I make them go back home. They do. It's amazing. It is just amazing.
Oh
So when you get
man.
home and there's a problem you need to solve, it seems like it solves itself because you weren't worried about that.
Yeah.
You were just outside enjoying nature.
There was
And
a
when you,
freedom.
right, freedom, and when you do that, then that presence of God can help work that problem out, and
Just
without
like
telling
that.
you to sit down and stop interfering with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So being outside, like wiping off a chalkboard, clearing it
Exactly.
up. And then you walk outside and you get all kind of answers because you have room.
Right, because you got room. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised the answers that you get to things and the ideas that come to you when you're in there that you didn't even ask for. I'm just out trying to look at the different kind of flowers and stuff and say hi to the animals and the people I see. And then you
Yeah.
get ideas that you didn't even think of.
Or you thought of it. You asked the question last
Right.
month.
Exactly. Exactly. You asked the
And
questions last
you
month.
got to clear your head today, and all of a sudden the answer came. You said, "Oh, there it is."
Right. And so I use it as a form of meditation. See, and I do meditate at night. But what I find about this is every answer is in nature, and it comes really fast. You
Wow.
know, And people are afraid that things bother them, but no, they're not. Those people aren't bothering you. Nothing will bother you. You will be surprised. As when you connect with the presence of God in that nature, you are
That's your
fully
protection
protected.
too.
You're
Yeah,
fully
that
protected.
makes sense.
You're fully
Nothing
protected.
I
bothers
know
you.
that I used to walk around. Remember, I used to walk around all the time, and kind of dance around too,
Hmm.
all in my area. And that's how I would learn a lot of my music, learn a lot of my lyrics and all, and just walking and singing with my earphones on, and and it would be just I would catch on so
Hmm.
fast
Right.
because it would just be so free and so uh yeah. But I think that when I was doing all that, I didn't have on the right shoes, to be honest.
So,
And
so
they
that's,
started working the concrete
yeah.
started working
And
on
your shoes wear out fairly
fast.
fast. So you have to be willing to, but find a shoe that fits your foot because feet are different, okay,
Right
in everybody. And then so I have boots for the winter, and then I have sneaker like for spring and
now,
summer.
what is your best shoe for your best shoe that you suggest?
So I like to walk in Timberlands, and my husband
Oh.
hates that. He says, "No, don't do that. That's so ugly." I said, "Get out of my shoe life,
Makes you look
please."
so cute.
I said, "Get out of my shoe life, right? Just like leave in my shoe life alone." So I like to do that. Now, and Timberlands, for one, I can get my size in it. I have feet that are hard to fit, so they always will have my size. Okay.
Plus, that really gives you ground.
Right. It gives me ground. So I'm not worried about stepping in water, manure, whatever's out there, not worried about it. And then my ice cleats will fit those on the bottom when I'm in the summer. But so I have a pair that I wear in the summer and in the spring because you should change your
So
shoes
you're
often.
walking, but you're not jogging or running a marathon.
No, she's just walking.
No, I just walk. I walk now I walk 7 miles a day.
Oh, okay. That's basically all you have to do. Not preparing for no Olympic event or anything like that.
No, I don't like running. I tried. My son tried to teach me how because he ran. I don't like running.
They
I
say
need to have
running
a
is not good for
yeah,
women,
and I just don't like it.
and just to walk is really cool.
Hmm.
Hear
Now I
that? You
walk.
don't have
I
to run.
walk fast though. So
See, now I walk fast, period. I've
yeah,
always done
yeah,
that.
we were right.
My pace has
Hmm.
always been fast.
Hmm.
But, you know, my knees have absolutely slowed me down though.
So I wear, like I said, I wear compression things on my knees
Yeah.
because sometimes I fall. So it's like I got to protect the knees. So I have that on there, and then I have generally in the winter I'll have like a couple pairs of fleece lined leggings, which are really thin but really warm, and
Hmm.
then I'll put on sweatpants there, so I'm warm, and then and so I have enough stuff. So if I fall,
You're
I'm
good.
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this philosophy applies to all phases of life.
Right.
Think about what it is you want out of life, what you want to do. Start. Decide what you want to start with. Start small and be consistent.
Right. When you have a goal, you need to take one action a day
Toward that goal.
toward that goal. So think about this. But what we have is we have this huge goal, but we want to do everything today. No, do 1% today. Okay. So if you are whatever you're doing, okay, and let's say you need to be on social media. Okay. Don't try to do all the social media today.
Right.
Okay. They have systems now where you can schedule your social media like I do, and then you can sit down whenever you want to sit down, and then you log up your social media, and then it will send the messages out for you every day that you put in where you put them. So that works very good. So what I do now though is I used to have to do everything all the time and get it done because I just needed to do that. I don't know why. Okay. So now what I do is I have a schedule. Okay.
Hmm.
So if I'm going to do social media, because I have a presence in social media, what I find is I take time for that. I will take a week for social media.
And do
Okay.
all of your
And then
scheduling.
I'll do all my scheduling because I for that month.
Okay.
So I'll decide what it is my theme's going to be.
So
Okay.
that's a predetermined section of time you set aside for that.
Exactly. So I decide what my theme's going to be. Okay. Then I work with all of the tools that I have to figure out how what I want it to look like. And then I work on what the post is going to be. Okay. So I get a month of worth of post. And then I'll start entering that into social media because I use a system where I can schedule my social media and then it will send it out on the times I tell it to send out
Automatically.
automatically. Okay.
That's
So
smart.
I do that and that takes me about a week to create 30 days worth of social media contact. Um, but I use everything I can use to help me with that contact. And then I put it in there. Okay. And then I just tell it to go do its thing. I don't even look at it anymore. Okay. But see, I have to do that for me because I'm a perfectionist. So I would go back and make changes all the time and then nothing gets done. So I had to come to the point that it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to put it out.
Hmm.
So stop trying
That's
to
what
be,
I have to
yeah,
remember too.
yeah, stop trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I do that. And then I schedule my hikes. Nothing interfered with the hikes. Okay. So I schedule the hikes. And then I do something called Hiking Chronicles that I started long time ago. A media coach told me to start doing that off the spot. So sometimes I'll be outside and then I'll do my hiking chronicles and then I put those up. And so I have schedules for this. Okay. I don't break the schedule. I don't speed up the schedule because I'll speed everything up and try to do everything this week.
Mhm.
And so I had to teach myself that. So I do find 1%. What can I do? What 1% that would get me 1% closer to my goal? I'm not trying to get to my goals to 100% today. That
Right.
is just too much for you to do. So what can move you 1% closer to your goal? That's what you do.
And that's what you have to remember out there. She's saying, Dr. Coleman is saying 1% of your goal is really better than no percent,
Right.
but it helps you to get it
Started.
a
And if you
start.
do 1% closer to your goal every single day, or schedule it. So maybe you need to take some time for yourself. Okay.
Yes.
So maybe you want to work Monday through Thursday. Okay. So you find something you can do 1% of your goal for each one of those days. Write it down. Okay. Because once you start to actually look at what you want to do, great ideas are going to come to you, but you're not going to remember them if you don't write them down. Just
Absolutely.
write them down. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And then start doing those things. Just what will bring you 1% closer to your goal. So the one thing that we tend to do, and I bought some notes because I wanted to, not to forget some
Oh, that's
things, but
fine.
one
That's
thing that
smart.
we tend to do is we'll do this, we'll get everything put up, and then we'll get these ants that Dr. Adam talks about. It's automatic negative thoughts. Okay. So we sit there and we'll say, oh, that's not very good, or no one's going to read that, or nobody likes that. You don't have a clue as to what
Girl,
people would like.
that's
If it
right.
came to you, it was meant for you to do it.
So present it as
Right.
it came
And
to
so
you.
present it as it came because we forget we're in this huge universe and we don't necessarily just only have God talking to us. There are archangels out there, there's guardian angels out there, there's everything out there trying to get us on our path. Okay.
Yeah. We
So
just have to
we
listen
just have
and
to
tune
listen
in.
and make sure that you do what it is you're supposed to do. So instead of saying, oh, I want to get up today and I'm going to do 100% of everything. No, get up today and what action can you do today that will move you 1% closer to your goal?
Then you hear a voice say, "Oh, you can do better than that.
Yeah, you hear that voice. So you tell that voice to go
You
sit
can do
down
more than that. You
somewhere.
only did one push up. Oh, that's all you need. You can do 10. Come on, let's do 20. You can do 20. No, you can do 20.
No,
Now you wore out.
it's 1%. Do
I love that.
1%
Yeah.
1% of that will get you closer to your goal. Do that.
Mhm.
And then leave it alone and trust it. Okay.
Oh, that's the
That's
first,
right.
fourth thing.
Right. That's the, yeah, you leave it alone and you trust it. Okay. Now, when something comes out to you and say, oh, this is not going to work, and you start having these negative thoughts, sometimes we do that because we don't think it's going to work. We don't have faith in it. So that's us talking to ourselves. Okay. So when that happens to me, I tell that voice to go sit down. Okay. I'll talk to you later. Okay.
Yes.
But I'm going to do this right now. Okay. And that's what you do. Just tell it to have a seat.
Yeah.
It's not going nowhere. It'll be back again. Okay. But put that 1% down, whatever it is. Okay. So then when you do that, and those thoughts come, what I do is I ask myself, is this true? Whatever that voice is saying, is it true?
Oh, good or bad?
Good or bad? Is it good or bad? Is it true? Is it right? So you find out that you're right. It's that's not a good voice. That's not, and then you just leave it alone back there. You just say, well, go sit down now. You can go sit down. So, but see, when I start working on my stuff,
Wrong answer.
I tell all of them people in my head that's taking up space. I says, okay, y'all, I'm gonna be busy for 4 hours. Okay, so y'all gonna have to find something else to do while I'm busy. I'll get back to you. Okay,
Talk to yourself.
that's right. Talk to myself. So then when I've gotten everything posted and everything up there like it is, I know I'm not changing it. So I can tell them, okay, so I don't know what you got to say, but we're not changing nothing. Okay.
It is what it is. I
is
got
what
it already,
I
and
got
that's
it
it.
already. So, but
Excuse me.
but sometimes we don't have faith in our abilities. So we listen to those thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. You don't know who is reading your stuff, who's listening to you, who tunes into your stuff because you make their day. You don't know. Okay, so just know that
It's gonna hit
out
somebody
there needed to hear
here. Yes.
what you had to say. It helped them. Just know that.
Because I want to say this, that and I think I think Wanda B, our producers, I think we've kind of talked about that before, is that how you can you can post things that that you feel that are great, significant, and that, so, but you might not get as many as you thought might respond. But what you're saying is that don't even worry about any of that,
Right.
because if it touches one person, that's a good thing.
That's right. And what I have learned too is, because I do leadership stuff. So all of my stuff online is for leadership stuff. Okay. So you don't get a lot of stuff on leadership. Okay. Not on social media. I don't worry about that because I get the phone calls where the people want to pay me $15,000-$20,000 to come in and straighten up their problem.
Hello.
Now that they don't put on social media.
See?
Okay. So don't worry about what the people say on social media. I don't even bother to respond to the people who are negative. Okay. I don't have time for that. I'm busy.
That's
Okay?
right.
And that's just the
And
one
you can
opinion.
show them better than you can
That's
tell them.
right. That's right. So I can show them better than I can tell them.
That's
So
right.
I don't do that. And if I did have one person that was just, oh my God, it was just became annoying. So you can block people and they don't know. So I blocked him and he didn't know. I said, that's just annoying. I can't take that guy. I can't take that guy. I want to go strangle him. So so we're gonna stop playing with him right now. So some people you just have to stop playing with. Just stop playing with it.
And sometimes that is really and truly has nothing to do with you. It's their own insecurities and their
never has
own
any-
jealousies.
Right.
That's it.
It never has anything to do with you. It has everything to do with that person that is making those comments.
Yeah.
That is
Because that's their own issues and their own problems.
Right.
They wish that they could do and had the forethought that you have. That's really what it
Right.
is a lot of times.
So
I
you
believe
just
that.
need to have the ability to discern who that person is and how irrelevant they really are.
And I like what Dr. Coleman said, and then just tell them to, take a hike.
I mean, if they really get tired of you, you really get tired of them, you can block them. They don't even know. Okay, so there's ways to get rid of them if you want to,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't bother me. I had to remember. See, when I grew up, I I remember I couldn't grow any hair, so it was all couldn't grow any hair. I was always picked on. And my grandmother used to tell me that that's all right because you can't pay any bills with hair, baby. Okay.
That's the truth now.
That's what,
Granny was so smart.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's what she said. So I just forgot, right?
Yeah.
And she says some people just like to be obnoxious.
Yeah.
She says, and don't keep them from being obnoxious. That's probably the best thing they can do. So now you just don't worry about that
Yeah.
because the people who are seriously looking to solve a problem, they're not looking at those people either. They're looking at the person. They're looking for the person who can help them solve their problem.
That's right.
So be sure that you remember that. So when you and but when you have a brand, you got to know who you really are too. So when you know who you really are and what you really bring, you are not worried about what those other people think.
That's right.
Okay, because you've already working with the people that you're supposed to be working with.
That's right.
Okay. So, but we forget sometimes that we forget our own strengths and we forget our own resources. So I say that maybe quarterly that you need to sit down and make a list for yourself. What your, how good are you? What are your resources? What do you do really well? Because we all do something really, really well.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's like, what do you really, really like? And keep that someplace where you can see just how good that you are. We all have excellent things that we can do. And then just
Absolutely.
because somebody in the back seat said they didn't like it, we want to put it under the covers. We don't do that. We are all here for the creator's use
That's right.
to help people get where they're supposed to be.
Right.
And that's why we're here. And we need to remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, whatever you do, make sure you have some movement in whatever you're working on every single day. But you don't have to like build a house. You just do 1%, just every single day, just
And keep
1%.
that in mind.
And keep
One
that in mind.
start out.
Yeah, start out
1%.
1%.
Oh, I gotta remember that.
Because you do have a purpose.
Yeah,
You
you
just
do.
have to find what it is.
And sometimes we have to ask ourselves, like, what's my energy like? Am I working in fear, disappointment, possibility? Where am I? What am I doing? You have to have those
That's great,
conversations
Dr.
with
Coleman.
yourself too. So I have those in the mirror. I go to a mirror, and what I do is I trick myself. So Louise Hay has this thing where you go to the mirror and you say, I love you, right? So I go to the mirror and say, I love me. And then I wait to see how I really feel about that. Okay. Because sometimes I don't love me, right? And then I say, I don't love me. Then I say, okay, so what's wrong? So then I work through that. Okay. What is it I need to change or do I need to change? Or I'm just too hard on myself because most of us are just too hard on ourselves.
Right.
So, because, most of us got up this morning and had $30 and thought by the end of the day we should have 1 million. It don't work like that, but that's what a lot of us think. So look at who you think you are and find the good things in that. So write down, I call it a brag list, y'all, things that you have accomplished and keep it with you because we forget. We get so busy in this world that we forget that we've done some great things and we're
That's right.
capable of still doing great things. So we need to keep that in mind also. So ask yourself before you do something, what energy am I working from? Fear or possibility?
Not like that.
Okay. And if it's fear, don't start yet. Okay. Work on what you are afraid of.
Now, what would be an example of that?
Like most of us don't realize that our biggest fear is being successful. So we do all of this other stuff, but we feel like if we're successful, then everybody's going to find every flaw you have and pick pick on it, right? That's what they think. Well, I say, well, let them do it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's, because they're gonna do it anyway, right?
Yeah,
They're gonna tell you what's wrong with yourself anyway, right?
For
That's
free.
right.
yeah,
So just let them do it. Don't fear that.
that's
Don't
right.
fear that. So because my mother would say, yeah, well, yes, right. Y'all can sit down there and waste time and go back and forth on what you're afraid of. You can go back on what you're good at. It's
Right.
up to you, right? So you just roll with it.
I find that telling the truth is scary. And sometimes when you tell people the truth, you can tell by the reaction or the reaction you don't get. If you tell them something that is real that goes against what they believe in, they just get quiet on you and look at you like,
Yeah, but that's not your problem.
no,
It's still not your problem.
but that kind of stops people from saying anything further than that.
And it
It's,
shouldn't stop
it
you.
really should. It really
It should
should.
not stop you
No,
because it shouldn't stop you. You say what it is you need to say and you're done with it.
that's right.
Right. And if they say something counter you don't like, you always have the privilege of saying, well, that's not exactly right. Or I need to give you some additional information you don't have,
Hmm.
stuff like that. But
Mhm.
if it is not going to add to you achieving your goals, why are you wasting your time?
Worried about what the other
And we're
people
about
think
other people, right? What do they do? Go
or,
back and do what you were sent here to do.
or thinking they didn't get it. And my job is for people to get it.
But you don't
Well,
worry
you know
about what
what?
she's saying. You
Right,
don't
you don't
worry
worry
whether
about
they
that
got it or
because
not.
because they're gonna get something, and some people are not gonna get anything because some people don't want to get anything,
Not there. You go.
and you can't make them open their minds.
It's the same thing. Like you can't make people want what we can't make them want
Right?
things that they say they want, but they don't do nothing to go
Exactly.
forward
Go
what they
for it.
want.
Well, I guess that's why I
You
stopped
can't
people.
make more,
I,
make people want more
More
for
than
themselves
right.
than they do.
I guess that's why I lost patience with people who say what they want, but they talk to me about all the time, but they never do anything about it. So I stopped them from talking to me.
Okay.
I say, you say, because every time I see you, you talk about what this thing that you're gonna do, but you never do anything about it. So just stop talking.
Now, is that
That's
good though,
rude.
Stephanie?
Well, I have a little different approach. I say I'd appreciate it if you would spend some time trying to figure out how that can happen, and then we can talk about that. And if you need any help to get it started, I'll help you with some ideas.
But okay,
So I keep a
if
door
they
open.
if they you got the door and they keep coming back with the same
So then
question or
then then I
same
remind them that they're coming back with the same problem because they like being stuck there.
right.
And I
There.
tell them that. I say, you are stuck here. And you obviously like it because you keep doing it, because we don't do things over and over and over that we don't like. So until you can solve that problem, there's no need for us to talk about that anymore.
And I
That's a
love
nice way
that.
of putting it.
Right, right. So you can
That's the
solve,
perfect way to
right,
put it.
yeah. Until you can solve that problem, there's no need for us to talk about it anymore.
Because evidently you really and truly
Right.
just talking. You're
And
not.
sometimes I say, girl, I have given you 30 ideas about how to 30 ideas about how to solve that problem. You have not used one of them. So don't ask me nothing about that problem no more till you didn't use some of that. So sometimes I do it like that.
That's more direct.
Right. That's the
Yeah.
direct.
Well,
So
that's
that's
honesty.
right. Honestly, I don't want to hear that no more, girl. You need to fix that because I gave you 30 ideas and you ain't used
Hey,
none.
ain't even
You
tried to
ain't
use
tried to
one.
use none of
I
them.
mean, that's that's the
And
truth.
sometimes I say, you like that because you keep running back over there for that.
Right.
Hmm.
So sometimes you just have to be brutally honest.
So don't keep bringing it to me
Hmm.
because obviously you like it.
And then I will ask, and if they're serious about like a counseling session, I'll ask, so what fear are you experiencing? Be- because you're not moving forward. So what's the fear? Okay. So you may not know the answer now, but go think about that. What's the fear? Because you're not moving forward. You keep talking about it like you want to move forward, but what are you fearful of? And that's the question you need to answer before you can move forward. Because we can't help you move forward. All we can do is cheer you on or whatever, because everybody's got a job to do. So you're going to have to figure that out.
Now, can you be and this is for everybody, can you be in the back of your mind have the insecurity or the fear and don't realize it, and that can be the holdback?
Yeah. And sometimes we get confused too. And since we don't live in a society that looks that looks up to people who say I'm afraid to get started. That's not where we live. So that's for your friends, okay? So you can't have this conversation with everybody. It's your friends.
Right.
So sometimes you just have to admit that you are afraid. Now, when I'm afraid, I get a pencil and paper and say, "Dear God, I'm afraid." And then I write down what I'm afraid of. Okay? Because until you get it out, you can't fix it. Because it's still running around up in here and it keeps growing up in here, up in your head. It keeps going. So I write down what I am afraid of. And then I take that list and then I put that list in the Bible. And then I say, God, I have handed this over to you.
No, I have done that before.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm going to do what I know I can do. Okay. And that's where I'm going to start. And what begins to happen is all you needed to do was start.
Goes right back to that.
That's right. That's all you needed to do was start. But we build up all these other things because we don't want to start because, well, what if I'm successful? Because my friends may not talk to me anymore. They're going to think that I'm this and I'm thinking of that. But see, God gave everybody these little assignments, and we're supposed to be doing that. And you're not supposed to be worried about what they're thinking about. Okay, do what you're supposed to do.
Because they got their assignment.
They got their assignment. Everybody got one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and everyone should be working on it. But we create these things so we don't have to get started. So I get up in the morning and I ask myself, what energy am I working from? Fear or possibility? I ask myself in the morning. Okay. So, and I have a, so if I say it's fear, that means the walk going to be longer because we can't stay in fear because I can't do anything in fear. So I'm going to have to work on getting that fear out. Okay. And then if it's possibility, then we'll have a great day. Okay. So we'll do that. But when it's fear, I write down why. And I keep writing until there's no more to write. And then I look at it and then I say, okay, well, it's out here now. So let me take this and put this. I got a God box. Put this thing in the God box. I put it over there in the God box. God, that's for you. That's ugly. Okay, that's for you. I don't like
Oh,
that
I
one.
love
That's
that.
right. I gave it to God. That's for you. And I'm gonna go over here and do the possibility thing. And then what you learn is all of a sudden you didn't really do, you don't know you did anything, but you end up solving the problems that you put in the God box anyway.
Oh,
And you didn't
wow.
even know you did it.
Because you lost your fear.
Right. You lost your fear because I had to give it to, I had to give it to
Yeah.
God. It's not mine no more. Somebody got to have it.
So Dr. Coleman, you make an actual box for
I
real?
take like one of those little boxes that you see.
Those
you
real
see
cute.
like little cute boxes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a sky box.
Oh, I love
Right. And
that.
when something bothers me and I don't know how to fix it or anything, I write this, dear God, this, and whatever I want to say, I fold it up and I put that thing in that God box. It is no longer on my list. It's no longer there for me to worry. It is in God's hands. I'm done. And when it come back, I said, I'm not God. I'm not God. God got that. And I go do what I got to do. And then you figure out at the end, when you go back through the box, it's like,
The
that's
things have been
been
resolved.
resolved.
What was I afraid of in the first place?
Right. Right.
There's a book out by Dr. Dwayne Dyer called Gifts of Isis. And every human emotion was an actual thing. Like anxieties were birds that would invade the town. And And depression was a cloud that came in every now and then and covered the whole town. Every human emotion was a real active thing, a real tangible thing that you can get rid of
Mhm,
if you wanted to.
mhm.
That's a great analogy.
Yep.
I'm
It's
gonna
just a
do
thing.
that
So take
because I do put
your
I
questions
will
and your
put write
fears,
write a letter and put it in the Bible.
put them in a box, and sit them over here and say, "Okay, you got it."
You
Hmm
got
It's
to,
like
that's God.
like
That's
I
not
was
man.
saying the
It's
other
not
day. He said,
man
"What
no
do you
more.
do?" I said, "Well, there's certain things I can do and certain I can't. The thing I can't do, I just give it over and forget about it. I said, it's done. I think about that commercial, ABC, it's done.
Yeah.
I write it down, get it in there,
And
put it up.
leave it right there.
It's for you, God.
Leave it.
It's for you.
Oh,
And
Well,
then if it
that
comes up, I say, that's in the God box. I got to get away from that. That's not my job. No, I get that job away.
I love that.
that's just
And
good.
then when you think about it again, and then you look at how something has developed and grown,
Right.
then you see that, oh, that was in my God box.
Or you,
God didn't answer that.
Right.
or
That's
you,
been
that's
answered.
how you wake up one day and find that everything you got to put in that box, you already got it.
Right. It's
Everything is
usually what
done.
happens is like it's already worked out. You worked it out. We know God
Yeah.
didn't come down to work it out.
Right.
He just told you what to do,
Do that's
and
right.
you worked it out. But
You
a
didn't
lot of,
know.
like, we just didn't realize it. And I go through and I say, oh, all those is done. Okay, God, thank you very much. You were really helpful. I just want to say so. So, and then another thing that I think we need to do too is like, we don't look at our circle often. So a lot of us have friends that we value and we don't even see them much. But them other people,
They stick around.
they just stick around, don't they? They just
And
stay
they ain't of
around.
no
Right.
help or
That's
They
benefit.
right.
show up all the
No
time.
help or benefit. So you're gonna have to figure out how to reduce your time with people who drain your energy and limit your imagination.
Oh,
Okay. You've got
Mhm.
to figure that part out.
'Cause they'll kill it every
Right.
time.
Every time.
environment.
Right. Environment. And then when you know that these people do that, stop sharing that stuff with them because they just set you back. Because they got 1,000 reasons why you can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
But we have a
I
habit
bet.
of want to share it all the time.
Well, I
Well,
see.
that's
I'm
because
not. I don't do that.
sometimes we want to get out of doing it.
Ah,
Hmm
That's why.
That's
So
why.
that's why. So we really don't want to do that because it seems hard to us and we don't think we're worthy of that. But so God just made a mistake somehow in our minds. So we talk about it to them. And then here comes all of that stuff. So then we don't ever get around to it. And then God got tired of waiting for you. So he gave the idea to somebody else. And then they doing the idea. Now you mad.
Right.
Right.
I thought about that last
Last
year.
year. Right.
But you didn't do nothing about
About it.
it.
So it moves on without
Yeah.
me.
So
When I have an idea of something that I'm working on, I don't tell anybody. If anybody knows, it's Ed. Otherwise, don't nobody know nothing till my flyers coming out or
mhm,
whatever I'm doing is presented.
But that
right.
teaches
I've
you
never been
discipline
one to
too.
do
That
that.
teaches you discipline too.
Because you're absolutely right on people can be very discouraging.
Oh yeah, they are.
Now, how you gonna do that? Or what makes you think you can do that?
Ain't you doing a
That's
little
right.
bit too much?
Right.
You need to relax.
You need to relax. Right. That's right. That's right. Or you need to be still.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like you don't get no sleep anyway. How you know how much sleep I get? It's like so.
Right, right.
So you look at your circle. The people who add fuel, you keep. The people who add friction, you don't. And you'll find out that there's no real convers. People want to have a conversation about this, right? You just don't have a conversation about it. You just stop calling the people and stop inviting them. That's just that easy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
think you need to have a conversation about it, you need to be prepared with it because they're gonna have 1,000 questions and they're gonna have 1,000 things to say to try to make you think you don't know what you're talking about. They want to make you look
Absolutely.
crazy, but you just need to change your circle. Just start doing different things with different people.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have challenges in your life or in your business, don't look at them as obstacles. They are assignments, as things for you to do.
They're barbells.
Yeah, yes.
It's workout
That's
equipment.
workout equipment. That's what it is. There's something you need to learn, something else you need to do, and that is how it comes to you. It doesn't come in a nice, cute little package. It comes in something that looks like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. But you have to do that. You
Mhm.
have to do that. And when you're looking to things and things are so easy, don't always do the easy stuff. I have found that when I do the hard stuff first, the easy stuff takes
Just
care of
comes.
itself
That's what I
Yeah.
do. Well, give me the hard part. Get it over with.
and get it over with.
Mhm.
And then the easy part's been
Just
done. It
follows.
just follows.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense too.
right. Because you're sitting there doing all the stuff for the easy stuff, and then the hard stuff is growing and growing and growing. And then you look up, and someone else has stolen your idea and made it theirs because you didn't want to do the hard stuff.
Mhm.
So do the hard stuff first. And remember that life is not always easy. So stop quitting on
Mhm.
yourself. Okay?
Yes.
I, I say fail more.
Right. Right.
Because that means you're doing
You're
something.
doing something. Right.
Mhm.
You're learning something. You're doing something. And remember that everything you do is not going to be a success, because everything you do is made to teach you how to be successful. And
Mhm.
a lot of us have to learn how to be successful.
Yes.
And it takes making mistakes.
Mhm. So when you get up in the morning time, you should do your prayer first. And then you should look over your goals. Do not allow people to call you early in the morning. Okay? You will get off of your you'll get off of your grind because you got their problems. Don't call, and I tell all my friends, don't call me early in the morning with no problem. You better give me the noontime. Okay?
I like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So I get up in the
Because
morning.
I do get early
Right.
morning
I
calls.
have prayer calls I do. We I go through that. I then I go through what I need to do for myself that day and set up a schedule that day. And then we can talk about that other part later. Cause if, as like I told a friend of mine, child, ain't nothing I can do about that right now. I got to get my prayer and stuff in first. So
Got to get my day
I get
started.
my day started first.
You
So
can't.
get your day started first.
Now, to our audience, and I hope that you're really tuning in, listening. Like, what time do you generally go to settle down at night?
So people have all different kinds of schedules. I have a odd schedule because you cannot talk to me early in the morning. So don't try. Okay. I'm not that person. All right. Just don't try. I got prayer to do. I got a mastermind call to make. I got a hike to do, and then we can talk. So I settle down literally. So in the morning times, I'll do some things that I need to do. And then I have a period during the midday that I'll do some things that I need to do. But my mostly grind time is coming in when somehow I'm just most imaginative and have a great vision about 7 o'clock. So that's when I start doing all of my thinking about what I want to do next and what new thing I want to do and how do I want to
7 in
do
the
it.
morning.
Uh-huh. And I'll pick it back up at night. And then if I'm not careful, and this is the one problem I have, so I will like do what I want to do. And then at 10 o'clock, I'll say, oh, yeah, I can go and put a schedule to that now, right? Because I'm excited. So then I look up and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's like I didn't get no sleep. So, so I have to watch
I
that.
can see that
Right.
because I get busy and
Uh-huh.
start doing. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But another good thing is it's because Pam and I have talked about that too. It's like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
That's where things really come to you,
Right.
and your mind is open to
Open. Right.
receive. And
Right.
so I can see how that can
Right.
happen,
Right.
especially in your profession.
Because the world stops. All activity on the outside world
Right. And I
sleep.
normally wake up at 3.
See,
Okay. So
Mm.
generally, so now that I wake up at 3 and understand how valuable that time
It
is, I
is.
use a lot of that for prayer time.
Yeah.
And then anything,
Ideas and
the ideas
everything.
and
That's where
stuff will
they,
start to come. And then I
yeah.
have a piece of paper I had to put a piece of paper and pencil by my nightstand so I could write it down, because I used to think I was going to remember all that stuff, but
Mm.
that don't work. So I'm telling y'all, it just don't work. So just get a pencil and write it
That's
down.
right.
So I write that down. But people have different times of the day, but I say protect your mornings. You know, don't
Hmm.
let anybody send, unless it's serious. Okay.
Yes.
But
And you can do something to help.
and you can do something to help. But don't let people call you with their issues in the morning time. That's when you're supposed to be up getting everything that you need to be done for the day so that you can have a good day yourself.
Hmm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
mornings are for you to look at what you need to do, what you need to accomplish, what you haven't accomplished, and all of that, and get a plan
Hmm.
for the day and all of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And just trying to protect your mornings.
So if you do that, you want to put up a schedule, tell people about your schedule, which means you're going to change your time. Like if you customer calling you every morning, I got to call you back and tell you, look, don't call me till after 11 o'clock. Or call me after 12. And they go, and what? They call you at 9.
Well, um, I don't think I have to tell people what my schedule is. So
You ain't going to
I'm not going to answer the phone. Okay. So
Hmm.
I protect my mornings. I do not answer the phone. Now, if it's an emergency, they will send me a text message. Okay.
Yeah, but
And
if they customer calling you every morning,
hmm,
and they're customer calling you every morning, you don't answer the phone, and you finally answer it, and you answer the phone, they call you back. What happened to you? Something wrong? I tried to call you. You didn't answer the phone.
then I say, I protect my mornings. So if you want to call me, you need to talk. You need to call me during this time and that time.
Oh, people don't like change.
But if they know, but
I,
if
I,
they,
I don't care if they don't like
right,
change. Okay. I have no sympathy for that. Okay.
right,
I don't think about that. This is my life, my morning.
yeah,
Okay. And when I get out of here, or when I can't do anything, I'm gonna be the one sitting there saying I coulda, shoulda, woulda, and I'm
that's
not
right,
gonna be a coulda, shoulda, woulda.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
But and then if you know a person and you know that's how they regulate their schedule,
Mhm.
you should be respectful of that anyway.
So now, if it's an emergency, they know to send a text message. Okay,
Hmm.
because most of my family doesn't live here, so it ain't a whole lot I can do if
Anyway,
something happening in Florida and Georgia, right?
even if you call me,
Even if you call me, it's not a whole lot I can do. Okay, so they know I protect my mornings. Okay, so I do that, and then I start looking at what were my goals for this week, and what have I accomplished, and why haven't I accomplished some things, and then what can I do to get back on schedule,
hmm,
because no one's going to do my stuff with me, and I don't want to leave here without trying to be what I tried to be. So I do that. I look at my weekly goals. I look at what I accomplished. I look at what I messed up, and I looked at how I can fix it and all that kind of stuff. And then I set a calendar for the day. And I sort of do it twice a day too, because at the end of the day, I review what I did. And then if there's something I need to do the next day, I make sure that gets on the calendar at what time. And then you can call and we can talk all night. I
hmm.
got my schedule for tomorrow. So
And but let me get done what needs to
right.
be done.
Right. Let me get done what needs to be done. So I give myself 10 to 15 minutes to put together the schedule. And now that so once you get into the habit, so I have a paper next to my desk where I put down what I know I got to do. So now I'm planning as I go. So
Hmm.
then I know what I need to do when I get up. See, when you don't know what you need to do when you wake up in the morning, you waste a lot of time.
That makes
And
sense.
you don't need to waste time. So you need to know what you need to do. So especially in a business. So I'll say, okay, so tomorrow is this day to send out this. Okay. I know. And if I don't have it on the schedule, then I'm sending it out at 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and and
A
what's
lot of people can
a lot
miss
of
it.
people miss it, right?
Hmm.
So you have to know what it is that you need to do.
And our time is winding down already. Man, the time goes by so fast.
But
But
one thing I
just give us
wanted,
one last.
one last thing I want to say
Mhm.
is something I wrote down that I wanted to talk about. A lot of us, and I get a lot of people who call me for this, is they ask, why is this happening? Asking that question. Nobody knows but you. Okay. So just stop asking the question. Why is this happening to me? Nobody cares. And I'm not trying to be mean
No.
because people got stuff happening to them. They don't know how it's happening.
Mm.
So stop asking the question.
Hmm.
Okay. Start asking yourself, what is this teaching me?
I love that.
Okay. That's what you ask.
That's
That's
my
the
question. That's my
question that
question.
you ask. What is this teaching me? And write that
Hmm.
down. Okay.
Yes.
Because that's a question you can answer. We
Hmm.
never know why things are happening to us, but everything comes to teach you. So
Mm.
ask what it's trying to teach you. So that's the question you
Oh, I
ask.
love that.
Okay.
Okay.
And remember, you don't have to be perfect. Okay. You can do it imperfectly and get it done. So just get it done. Get
Done.
it done with the know how that you have today. Because we're sitting up here waiting to know how to do something perfectly when you may not know that till next year. So do
Hmm.
what you can do today.
Yes.
Okay. And just say yes to one opportunity that scares you. Stop saying no to everything. One
Mm.
opportunity that scares you, say yes to it.
I love that.
Mhm.
I love that. So
I
just
like
make
that.
sure that you remember, stop asking, why is this
Happening
happening to
to me.
me? And understand that and realize that
It comes to
it comes
teach
to
you.
teach you,
So what is it trying to
teach
teach you?
you. Yeah.
And tell you something
Yeah.
Right,
that you should need to be listening to.
right.
And then the other one, reiterate.
The other thing is make sure that you say yes to an
Yes.
opportunity that scares you.
Yes. I love that. An opportunity that scares you.
Long as it's not illegal, okay? Y'all don't be doing
Right.
illegal stuff now. But say yes to something that scares you. Maybe it's
Yes.
taking a different job or moving someplace or something that scares you. Say yes to it.
And see what the
Maybe you have to
outcome
do a
can bring
speech
you.
and see what the outcome will be, because that's where you, because all of that good stuff that we want, we can't get any more good stuff in the circle that we're just in our house right now. We got to reach out to other people because that's how it
Yes.
happens.
That's
You know,
right.
you get to know people. So say yes to something that scares you.
I love
I
that.
like that.
So say yes to something that scares you.
Hmm.
That's some great information. And as always, we really want to say thank you for you coming out and sharing. It's always some great information. I know even for me, I'm taking away a lot this evening, and oh man, I'm gonna go home and do my God box, uh, and I'm gonna work on something. I'm gonna really work on
You mean
that.
the trash can says God box.
It don't
No,
matter
but
how big or little it is. It's just
right.
right,
God,
doesn't?
God's trash can.
That's right.
Just dump it in there.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, not trash can. You don't want to say trash. It's not trash.
That's the God
That's the
box.
God box to take care of
What
whatever it
you
might
can't,
be,
what you.
what you feel that you
So
can't take care of.
when God get through, it's gonna be
Oh, well, yeah.
trash.
Well, no, you don't want it to be trash.
No,
You want it
God's
to be
gonna.
something that
God is
manifested
something will
and made it
happen.
happen
Right.
good.
Something will happen once you turn it over.
You gonna fix it.
Right. And then
Yeah.
you'll fix it, and then
And
it's
that won't be, you don't
that's
want it to be trash. You
right.
want it to be a
A
miracle or be
miracle.
what
It's
didn't happen
right.
perfect.
Right.
You're right.
So if again, if you do, you want to give your email or any information or your website.
So my email is SEWC. Those are my initials, you all. SEWC at Champagne Connection. Champagne is like the liquor. CHAMPAGNE Connection. CONNECTION.com.
And get on and order her books. Her books are on everything, Amazon,
Yeah.
everything. Make sure you order her books. She has several books that are very, very motivating, very inspirational, and teaching just like she's taught us a lot of good information tonight. And we need to embrace this. and take these lessons and take these teachings and really work with them. We coming into a new year in about another 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and that's coming fast. So you want to make sure that you take that, make it worth your while, and let's make it happen. Uh, like fast, quick, and in a hurry. Thanks for joining us this evening. Again, Dr. Coleman, thanks for being so patient and coming to be with us this evening. I am Zimra. This is Ed. As always, we thank our producers for giving us this platform to be able to have doctors like Dr. Coleman to come and give us some great, great advice. You have a good rest of your evening, and keep having getting ready for the holidays. My day.
And as we say, if the dreams don't scare you, your God is not big enough.
You have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you all.
Love is possible when you